Welcome to the RIP 28 podcast. This is the RIP 28 podcast. This is a podcast where a few friends get together and talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. I am the world's coolest podcast host, Slider Sports Guy, and I'm joined by the man who has 2.5 days left. Your favorite teacher's favorite teacher. What's going on, Beezy the GOAT?
What it do is your boy Beezy the GOAT, a.k.a. Mr. I'm out of here. And we have 1.5 days because I'm off tomorrow. So Tuesday is a full day. Wednesday is a half day. If you want to see Mr. Brown cutting flips, check the car rider line in the morning because I'm back flipping the top, you fool. Shut up, fool.
Boy, I tell you, boy, best thing about being a teacher, y'all get that 3-month vacation, boy.
Yes, sir. We need it. We deserve it.
I tell you, boy, y'all teachers got a whole lot of vacation days, man. Y'all don't really work that much.
Hey, Sly, we get our ass whooped every day, so we might as well get the place. Boy, these kids, y'all just don't know what y'all sending to us in the morning.
Oh, no, they know.
That's why they send them. Hey, tell me this. Why all the bad kids, all the behavior problems, they always got perfect attendance?
Why you think they don't say bye when they dropping them off? Good to see you, Skirt.
And that's about how it be. The ones that they know they gonna have problems, boy, they go around the cars, they get out that parking lot quick.
But well, that's what it is, man. They mamas know they ain't shit, so they mamas got to drop them, get rid of them. They say, hey, I can't have this thing here with me all day. I got to get rid of this problem child, this Damien C.
Hey, when I was doing the interviews for the pre-K and kindergartners, I used to count the silver teeth. If they had more than 3, if they had more than 3 and up, you couldn't get in. That's it. I'll give you 2.
And don't let them be right here.
Or the front 2, the 2 big teeth. No.
How you 7 with slugs? Get out of here.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Dwayne. Every day, man. Sly sending this kid in there. Sly sending Cam in there to show out every day. And get mad when we call him. Don't put your number down then.
I do forget Dwayne the teacher too. Dwayne the teacher.
Yeah. Dwayne know what I'm talking about. Every day, man.
There it is. Oh, my bad. You know what? We ain't introduced our richest friend. And I'm gonna be honest with all the people online. It's a tough day for our richest friend. She's a little bit upset. Today because earlier this week, she sent us a text in the group text saying, I don't know how y'all deal with it. I actually had to walk through the airport today and catch a commercial flight. It's like, this is so much different than the private airport. How do you people deal with that? This is our richest friend. That's what she put in the group chat earlier this week. Our richest friend.
Now you just making up stuff.
That's what she put, man. How you doing, our richest friend?
What's up, everybody? But Sly, how we doing out there? Let us know you watching in the group, in the chat.
Sly, what you say? She said, how do we deal with this? How do you normal people deal with this?
Yeah, like, damn. It's like that.
Gosh, I had to sit in Comfort Plus and gave me the willies.
She had to sit with the regular folk and the regular people to go to a few graduations because it's graduation season. It is graduation season.
For some. Everybody ain't gonna make it.
For the ones who can read, the ones who can read.
And let's be clear, you do not graduate from kindergarten.
You just move on. You just move on.
You're promoted. Get out of here.
Well, that touched a lot of people the wrong way now. A lot of people mad at that. Shout out to Big Al. We see you out there checking us out. Leave a comment.
You do not. You don't.
You don't graduate from kindergarten. You just pass. That's it.
Oh,
That's it, man. Yeah, she had to fly commercial. She wasn't used to it. She wasn't used to flying with us regular.
Wayne, you know he be lying. First of all, I drove to graduation. Thank you very much.
First of all, she did not. She was driven to graduation. Her chauffeur took her to graduation. Don't lie to the people. Don't lie.
Get it right.
Did not
get it right.
Don't lie to the people. But yeah, man, graduation, man. I get to see one thing on Facebook, man. We get to see all the pictures of all our friends, having their kids graduate from high school and graduate from college. You get to see the pictures. You know what I like to do? I'm a picture watcher. I like to go on the page and look at people's pictures. And I'm a serial liker. I like to like pictures. You know my rules. Unless they got too many likes. If they got 100 likes, I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it if they got 100 likes. But if they got less than 100, I'm going to like it. I'm going to like it all. But what I like to do, I like to look at the baby mamas and daddies, how they separated. You go and look at one person. We got classmates who got kids with each other. We got classmates who got kids with each other. You go and look at one of them picture, and then they'll have pictures with their kid together, just the new family. And the daddy had a picture with his family, and the mama had a picture with her family. They'll be separated. Those pictures are separated. You rarely see those two former lovers together in the picture, even with the kids separating them. You miss out on those.
I'm glad to announce that was not my situation today. We got a shot with the child and his parents. Shout out to Caleb Newman, graduated today from Brown University, Ivy League, headed to Princeton for his PhD. Nephew, congratulations.
Congrats.
Let me ask you a question. How close was they together? How close was they together when they took that picture? The kid is always gonna be a buffer. You're gonna have a kid. The kid gonna be a buffer. Because you don't want mama and daddy, somebody to reach out and slap the other one. They think about the reason that they're not standing together.
Hey, and then you have the ones the exes that just show up.
Oh yeah. Man, I was with him when he was a little.
I'm gonna take this picture. Shoot, I was in his life for the first 5 years. Take this picture.
All the money I put into him, they ain't gonna put me in.
I'm the only daddy he know. No, well, obviously not, because she'd have moved on. She out of here.
But that's a good question, though, man. How long do you have rights to come to the graduation if you the ex? How long you got rights to come to
it's not your child?
It's not your child. It's not your child. How long would you have to have put in?
You got to be immediately cut off. Because you asking for a fight right there at the graduation. It's the fight at the graduation.
Right there at graduation.
It's still some kind of animosity, and it's tense, and you don't want to ruin the kids moment. That's that kid's moment.
What if the kid is still in communication with the ex for whatever reason?
That's different.
Like
that's a little different. But
if the kids graduate from high school, and they spent years together and they still texting or whatever, they might show up to graduation.
I get it, but you might have to run it through that parent first, because if you're doing it on the sneak tip and she got JoJo coming and Teddy show up, then now she looking like, well, I didn't invite him, so how did he get here? And now the dude thinking or the woman thinking y'all got communication going on. Somebody getting hit upside the head, and we don't need that.
Shout out to Grace Dog, recognizing your vocabulary there, Brian.
Hey, I can send shouts out to you too. You are part of this.
Hey, my man Algernon got it. He just said, "How much money and time have I invested in the kid?" Hey, that's a point. Shout out to Frankie. Frankie is a new daddy. Shout out Frankie. Frankie, a new daddy. Well, I don't know if you knew the baby. The baby about 8 months. You ain't new no more.
Who's Frankie?
Algernon. That's Algernon.
Man, you called him Algernon and then come back and say Frankie.
I'm like,
well,
Frankie.
I ain't never called him Algernon. His matter of fact, his older brother went to Columbia. I think no, he younger than. Did he graduate with Tito? Chris Gardner. I don't know if you remember Chris Gardner.
The name rings a bell.
He might have graduated with Tito. Shout out to Star. We see you out there, Star. See you out there.
Lavelle Walker in the chat too. Star, shout out
That's
to
right.
you. The nose, my girl. I love you for recommending the good sense for me. Thank you.
Shout out to Lavelle Walker for bringing young brats through week to week. I appreciate that. I see the growth.
Yeah, LeBron is a trainer for all those out there who want their kid to be trained athletically and all that type of stuff. LeBron does train kids and get them right. Lavelle, she got a kid play at State, don't you? Your kid.
I think he may have graduated. I think he's graduated now. Her middle son is graduated now. I think he's moved on. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for you. Good for you.
Star, also shout out and happy birthday to Dominique. I hope she had a good birthday.
Yeah. Shout out.
Lavelle, if your kid graduated, I hope you was standing beside your baby daddy at the graduation. I hope all y'all was together.
See, this why they say
together. No, wait a minute. She married though. She married. My bad. I guess she might have.
Let me tell you something. I see exactly why some of the things are said to you that are said to you because you's a fool.
I'm just saying, man.
Why they say you ignorant for doing stuff like that?
I'm just saying. Shout out to Damon Williams.
Damon.
She said I did. She said I did. So there you go. There you go.
Don't follow him up. Please don't.
Ask Damien that same question. Damien had a son just graduated as well.
Oh, Damon, yeah, you missed out on the start, Damon. We were talking about graduations and the parents of the child.
Damon said, "How much time and money did he put in?" Wasn't it him that said that?
No, that was
old
Frankie.
But Damon, we were talking about graduations and the child's parents standing beside each other. And you see two sets of pictures. One from the mama, she only in the picture, one from the dad.
But it seems like they can put their beef aside and at least get one picture of the kid with both parents.
Hey, no? Sometimes beef is tough.
So
sometimes that steak is rough.
Are you saying that in 3 years, when Cam
2 years, hopefully
2 years, I don't know how smart he is.
We're gonna give him an extra just to be sure.
We'll see if he
whoa. I ain't that bad.
Wait a minute.
David said, hell no, I didn't see her. Damn.
Hell no. David said, hell no.
We didn't say I had to go out to eat together.
Just trying to get a little picture, David.
Damn.
David said, hell no, man. I ain't sure.
It sounds like you needed to be next to your pastor.
David just said, I stood next to my mama, my kids, and pastor.
Exactly where he needed to be. So anyway, Sly, in 2.5 years, when Cam graduated from high school, you telling me it won't be a picture with Cam, his mama, and you?
Oh, yeah. We been over that. We done been divorced for a while. We took pictures when he graduated from 8th grade. We took pictures together.
He didn't graduate.
I'm sorry, when he was promoted from 8th grade. Promoted from 8th grade.
Shauna said she's still gonna give him that extra year just to be sure.
It's a buffer.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of them math scores. I was like, oh, brother.
Cam need a buffer. He might need summer school up in there. I don't know.
Brother.
Kids, we wish them all well. I hope he gets
but if I'm gonna get my boy Sly one thing, he was smart and tough. He was smart and tough. I gotta give him that. Now I won't say handsome or sex, none of that. But
he ain't gonna tell no lies on this
podcast. Hey, I ain't gonna lie on him. I'll tell him a joke before I tell a lie on him.
Sound like some hate, man. Sound like hate.
Man, I said you were smart and tough.
I don't know if you hate me worse than Angel Reese hate Caitlyn, man. Is that?
Oh, now come on, now you gonna do me like that?
Well, first of all, why are we making assumptions that Angel hates Caitlyn?
I don't. Well, I'm not, but one of my favorite.
Basketball play, refs got it right. Move on.
Move on. That's what she said. Move on. Okay,
One of my favorite. Well, one of your favorite. What do you call it? Interracial marriage guys. He believes that Angel Reese hates Caitlyn Clark.
And who might that be?
I always thought he looked like a monster from
Cornball
movies because his teeth were so spread out apart, like Monster and the Muppet Babies. Anyway,
but yeah, man, my thing with this whole situation, man, this whole thing with Angel Reese. In case y'all don't know, Angel Reese and Caitlyn, it's a big bunch of. I think it's a big bunch of do about nothing. All right.
Yeah.
If you go and rewind the play, Angel fouled Aaliyah Boston. They didn't call it. Then Angel was wide open underneath the basket, and Caitlyn Clark fouled her to stop her from hitting the layup. Really, she fouled Angel Reese to stop Angel Reese from missing the layup, getting a rebound, missing it again, getting another rebound, and then putting it in to score.
Hey, y'all gonna stop on Angel now, because even they did a stat. They said even without rebounding her own misses, she would still lead the league in offensive rebounds. So
even without
her own misses. So she
take her misses out of it.
But you add them misses and rebounds. But no, I just think I think I could see it twofold. She was protecting her teammate that didn't get a call, and she knows Angel doesn't shoot free throws well.
Yeah.
So why not take that foul late in the game like that? I liked it, but of course it's gonna be blown out of proportion when you have people that sit out and make these horrible takes or unfair takes. You know what I mean?
Well, because it's one thing if your take is about a play. You didn't go after the ball, you went too hard, whatever have you. But to have a take where you say, I think I know how someone thinks or I know how someone feels, that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Very.
You can't do that. Well, and you think about that these two over the course of the past 2 to 3 years have been in a situation where a certain segment of the population has hidden behind Caitlyn Clark, right? And I'm gonna push my narrative through her. And it's really dangerous, especially when you have your significant other in the background, feeling about what's going on, who again, the optics of it's just not a good look. And to profess that to make a proclamation that somebody feels this way or somebody thinks this when you've never even talked to that person, I think it's dangerous. I think it needs to be called out, and it's a bad take.
It's a very bad take, and it causes the division that's not there. Now you got people that's on one side or the other when it shouldn't be that. It's basketball. It's a physical game. You're going to get fouled. You're not going to always agree with a call or the way a player handles something. But you know what I'm saying? So I think it was a real bad take.
Damn, you're cold. You're cold boy, David. You're cold boy, David.
Hey, boy, y'all wild, boy.
David just said Angel Reese just missed another layup doing Cobb talking.
And I think it's okay to not like somebody's game, right? That's why commentators get paid, and that's why these people get on the podcast and they talk about who they like and what. That's okay. You ain't gotta like everybody's game, but again, to proclaim that like to say LeBron James doesn't like redheads. I don't know that. LeBron has never told me that. I have no reason to think other than I just made that up in my head. But now all the redheads upset because they think LeBron, and it makes no sense.
I don't know what it's called.
Let me ask y'all a question though. Let me ask y'all a question about now we kind of, I think we all in agreement that RG3 was wrong to come out and say that Angel Reese hates Caitlyn Clark. I think we're all in agreement with that. But Ryan Clark responded. Ryan Clark said that because you don't have a black wife or a black child at home, you shouldn't make comments about black women because you don't understand their perspective. Was Ryan Clark right in saying that? Was
Not
he
really,
right? Right in saying that?
Don't he have a child? If I'm not mistaken, somebody
He
I don't know.
He has a biracial.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know if he's qualified. That's kind of like you saying what Cobb said. You can't tell somebody how to feel or see how they think. I don't know. He might feel he has that right because he's a commentator and analyst and former athlete. I don't know.
Well, Ryan came back and said, I should have left her out of it. But let's be clear, though. He wasn't derogatory toward the wife. He just said, you got this white woman, you should make... And then Robert III just went someplace else. Like,
exactly.
Complete clown show. And and we're talking about... Let's go back now. We're talking about the dude who called people jigaboos on air and said it. And I'm still convinced to this day that he don't know what that is. Because I think that he's tone deaf a lot. And I like you not for the culture, never have been, right?
Never.
Ever. Let's be clear. So again, I think Clark acknowledged he could have made his point without bringing the wife into it, but then Robert just went someplace that didn't need to go. I mean, he's a cornball. Get out of here.
But here's my thing. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I'm kind of on the fence about that one because
whether or not he's a cornball.
Oh no, RG3's a cornball.
Come on,
RG3, and I'm a Redskin fan. I was a fan of RG3 the quarterback. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a fan of RG3 the quarterback. And then a lot of his sports takes. I'm a fan of him with a lot of his sports takes. But that doesn't mean he's not a cornball. I still think he's a cornball. I think he's corny. But yeah, I'm still a fan of him. But I'm on the fence of what he says about because when you say something, you mean it. You know what I'm saying? He can take it back all he wants. But he truly meant that he don't think that the man should have,
David said that's a strong fence. Ain't no changing fence.
We about to put your ass up out the chat.
Hey, whoever made that fence or supplied the product, they got paid because they're gonna have to double and triple.
But hold on. But what I'm saying is I get where he's coming from when he's saying you don't have any black women at your house. So you can't properly speak on how black women feel because you don't see that perspective. But he does have a black mama. He has been around black women in his life. So I don't know if you can totally count that. You can totally count that out. I don't think you can totally count it out. But I get where he comes. I just don't like the fact that Ryan Clark. I hate it when people take back what they say. If you stand on it, damn it, don't take it back. Don't retract your statement.
He didn't retract his statement. He just said he could have left the wife out of it. There's a difference. He didn't say I don't. He didn't say I don't think Robert should. Is this or is that? He didn't do that. He just said I could have made my point without including her.
But see, if you don't include, if you don't include the wife, now you're making a whole different. You ain't making that point anymore. Hey, shout out to my bestie over there.
Made the point without the wife.
But the point was, you can't have a statement on black women because you don't have any, because you don't come home to black women. That was his point. So
never will.
So you can't make that statement without talking about the wife. So yeah, I don't like how he backtracked.
I'm with you on that slide. Once you say it, it's out there. It's recorded. Everybody's seen it. They heard it. It ain't no need in taking it back. But I agree with you also. If he's not talking about the wife, his point is not as valid. But I still think Robert Griffin III is a cornball. Not somebody I would want to hang out with, but he was a phenomenal athlete at Baylor in his first year at with the Redskins.
Yep.
Now the Commanders. So I
Yeah,
respect him on that front. And he does, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, whether they're married to whomever or whatever. But it doesn't mean that your opinion is valid, especially
exactly.
not on the Rip 28 podcast show.
Exactly, man. But you know, one thing about the dude
Hey, Stacy.
the dude is trying to protect his wife. It ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with protecting your wife. Sometimes you gotta protect your spouse. And speaking of spouses, we got a newlywed, man. Travis Hunter just got married, man. Travis Hunter got married to I don't know the chick name.
Lena Lee or something?
Leilani? I don't know.
Well, just call her a rich chick now.
Whoever the little broad is, he was dancing with to start off with, man. He married her.
Is he a sucker?
That's a picture. We got a picture of Travis Hunter on the screen.
Travis Hunter in the chat.
World's biggest sucker.
Born every day. It's a sucker
born every day. That damn Travis Hunter, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this cat. Well, you know what, man? If he young and in love, hey, man. I hope he had a prenup.
Ooh, Dwayne said no prenup. No.
Please.
Surely his mentor, Coach Prime, told
that's
him
what I was about to say. If he ain't learned nothing from Coach Prime, get that prenup, dog. She wasn't with you when you were shooting in the gym.
Well, I don't got no money, and I'm probably gonna make sure I got a prenup.
No, we
know you got money.
We will not tolerate lies on the Rip 28.
I got nothing but a 2013 SUV. I'm getting me a prenup.
We know you got money.
Hey, y'all remember back in the day we used to do that? That's what we doing to you right now.
Do that.
But yeah, man, this is I don't know, man. Poe Travis, man. I hope you can figure. I hope you can figure this out.
No prenup is wild.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Maybe Prime told him, and he just didn't listen this time. Maybe, but he had to have learned something from the numerous of cases prior to him.
Well, guess what? If he didn't, he gonna learn.
Hey, Slide, put that back up. Show him what Travis Hunter is with, especially with no prenup.
Where you at, Pepe?
Pepe.
They go Travis. They go to Portrait of Travis.
All it needed some little locks on top of something.
Must be shit locks, because them ain't dreadlocks or locks. That's the ones Reggie. Them the ones Reggie had on Nutty Professor.
Man. Well, sometimes you gotta I don't know, maybe she can protect her husband. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll protect Travis and watch out for Travis, and Travis is our best.
I wish them the best, and I hope
that's all you can say. Yeah, I hope he doesn't regret this in his future. I hope it's done with a pure and genuine heart, and I wish the young people well. And that's all I can say.
Well, check this out, man. Oh, he might have needed Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels' mom is tough. She's tough. But we have a Facebook, a friend. We have a friend of the show hit our inbox. A friend of the show hit our inbox and had a question. For those of you out here, it said, here's the question. When is trying to protect your man unacceptable? I was raped the summer before starting the 5th grade. So I get very uncomfortable when men I don't know are in my personal space. On Saturday, my husband and I went to a show at the Colonial Life Arena. My husband was sitting to my right. The guy was sitting to my left. Throughout the evening, the guy kept going out of his way to touch me. I asked him to stop a couple of times. I finally moved to the end of my seat to avoid contact. In response, He slid down in his seat so his knee would touch mine. I finally screamed, "Stop fucking touching me." My husband then asked what's going on. I asked to swap seats. The guy then started apologizing to my husband. He actually apologized to my husband twice, saying his leg accidentally brushed against mine. By the time my husband switched seats with me, my heart was pounding like crazy. I wanted to leave. By the time we got outside, I was hyperventilating. The rest is kind of foggy. The rest is kind of foggy. Everyone is saying I should have brought it to my husband's attention sooner, but I know that if I had, it would have turned into a physical altercation, which would have jeopardized my husband's freedom. Once we were home, I told my husband everything that happened. He got upset because he felt like I should have told him what was going on. I generally thought I was doing the right thing until I was triggered. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this situation, man?
What do you think, Carl? You're a woman. What do you think?
I don't know. That's a lot. That is a whole lot.
That is.
Well, she knows her husband. So back to Sly's original question, like, how far is too far when you're protecting your spouse? But she neglected her safety, and I'm just using that word because I can't think of anything else. Like, she neglected what she needed because her husband, she knew how he would react, and I feel like there had to have been a different choice maybe that she could have made. That like after the first time, why not ask your husband to switch seats with her? Like, I wanted. Hey, baby, switch seats with me. I feel more comfortable if I'm sitting next to the woman sitting next to you and you sit next to this dude. I don't know. I feel like she I don't know. That's tough. That's tough.
That is a tough situation to be in. That's a tough situation to be in. One thing I will say, I think she did. Well, first of all, you have to know your spouse. You have to know your spouse. And if she knows that her spouse, if that would have happened and she would have told her spouse and he would have cleared house and he would have cleared out the colonial life arena over his lady, she did the right thing by not saying it.
But I think she could have said something that didn't necessarily make him think that like this dude's being out of order. Like, baby, I want to be closer to the aisle, or something to say, just switch seats with me. She didn't have to say, this man is really, really touching me inappropriately. I'm uncomfortable. Will you switch seats with me? Because that would have been too much for him. But I feel like there might have been something that she could have done to Dwayne's point. She could have said something sooner to just get the situation remedied without having to blow up and then everybody looking at you like you're crazy. And now you have full blown.
That's tough. That's tough because now he's thinking like, well, what the hell is going on over here that you need to switch seats in the middle of the show? So I guess he may have become a little more, his senses may become a little more heightened, and she would have had to tell him, I believe.
Or she could have out the gate said, I prefer not to sit next to a man, right? Because there's, to Stacey's point, there's clearly some unhealed traumas here. Like, just out of the gate, baby, I don't feel comfortable sitting next to strange men in close spaces like this.
Well, wait a minute, Stacey. Stacey says she seems like she clamped up and need to get some real therapy from someone who specializes in sexual trauma to deal with that, just because she's obviously not healed. Now, Stacey, one thing we will not do on the RIP 28 podcast is victim blame. We will not let you blame this victim, but it's happened to her when she was a child, okay? And I know you're good for victim blaming, Stacey.
So, wait a minute.
We're going to stop that. Apparently, this lady who this happened to, she said it happened to her in the 5th grade. We obviously, they sent it to our inbox, so I know who the person is. And this person is good and grown. So this has happened, 35 years of ghosts. So I'm pretty sure that she's probably has had trauma. She's probably had counseling. She's probably had counseling. And, obviously she's not healed. I don't know if you can ever be. That's that heel thing is tricky.
Stacey said, don't get me beat the hell up.
Well, see, now you violent. You a violent victim blamer, Stacey.
Nuts. Don't get me up. Numb nuts.
Now you violent, Stacey. I don't know. But yeah, she did clam up because she was uncomfortable. Of course she was uncomfortable. And in a perfect world, I would have liked her to say something immediately. If she said something immediately and says, yo, do you tell her husband, hey, do you mind if we switch? Do you mind if we switch seats? I think that's the best outfit. I think that's the best move she can make. But I think if she told her husband in the moment and she knows who her husband is, I think she did right by not telling him because her husband might have motherfucking cleared the house.
But to Dwayne's point, women can make up a lie in a minute.
Yeah. I'm glad you admitted it. Better
than anybody. I wish she could have just said, again, baby, I don't want to sit next to a man in this space. Like, let me switch seats with me.
Yeah. I just think it's a tough situation because you're trying to protect him, but like you said, you also neglect what you need in that moment. So it's a tough situation being right there in close proximity with everybody.
Algernon Goddard said, what's the point of having soldiers if you can't use them? Rico, the protectors know something. From Paid in Full, the movie Paid in Full.
Oh, God.
Like that. But I get it. I get it.
For the past 3 years.
I get it, man. My thing, he always listens. He just not commenting a lot lately because he got the baby in the house. So he got to sit down and he listens. The baby listens to the RIP 28 podcast. RIP 28 podcast. I would
listen to the RIP 28 podcast.
I would like to let people know there have been scientific studies that have shown that the RIP 28 podcast does help your newborn babies with their growth and intellectual development at a young stage by listening to our voices talk. It has helped out many of our newborn babies all the way up to adolescence. We are RIP 28 podcast, love the kids. We love the kids. You see, Frankie said 100.
We do love the kids, but the kids shouldn't be listening to the RIP 28 podcast.
But
some of us love the kids. Some of us
love the kids.
I love the kids. I was in Brown today celebrating the kids.
Hey, Bron, hit dog holler. Hit dog holler. Hit dog holler. Dwayne Howard just said, why wait until it was a repeated offense? Yeah, that's my one thing. I do think she should have said something early. If she would have said something early, she would have said, hey, honey, do you mind if I switch seats so I can get a better sight? If she switched seats, so I get a better sight line. But one thing she did do by telling the husband so late in the evening, telling the husband after they got home, that probably pissed him off more because it's like you felt like the husband felt like you took an ass whipping from me. I owe this man an ass whipping. You know what I'm saying? I owe somebody an ass whipping, and you took that opportunity from me.
He might have punished her that night.
But at the same time, can you blame her for kind of protecting him though?
And that's the question.
She has to look at the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
If I go and tell him, yo, honey, such and such, this man is touching me, and he go in there and he beats this man or whatever happens, or it leads to the parking lot, and now, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I hope it wouldn't go that far, but in these days and times, you never know. So it's a double-edged sword.
It is, man. It's a tough. I don't know, man. that's tough, bro. That's a tough situation to be in. That is a tough situation to be in. Hey, thank you, Damon, from sending out those stars. We appreciate it. We appreciate it, Damon.
DJ D2.
DJ D2, what up, though?
What up, Joe?
We
That
appreciate you.
That look like Uncle Ruckus in that.
Damon acting like Uncle Ruckus. Hell no.
Hell no. Look like Uncle Ruckus a little bit. Breathing out a white man's air.
Hey, D2 is a dope DJ too. DJ D2, he's dope. I've heard him at several different events, and he's a dope DJ.
Well, good job, DJ D2. Do your thing, man. Keep DJing and scratching them records and all that type of shit that go on.
Hey, Damon got a good point right here. He said, so the debate should be protect my mental well-being or my husband.
Dwayne.
Excuse me, Dwayne said that. Excuse me, Dwayne.
But that's a tough position, and women are always, especially black women, we're always in tough positions. You know, does she protect her mental well-being or her husband? Her husband's freedom.
It's totally like a black woman to say, I'm gonna put somebody else's needs before mine.
Yep.
And I'm gonna, because I know this Negro gonna act a fool.
Act a fool.
Clear out the colonial center. So let me prevent that from happening. But it went too far. So she did that, and it at the sacrifice of herself, and it got too far where she could no longer protect herself while trying to protect him.
Listen, I could imagine my dad back in his younger days. And my mama had said, boy, you talking about turn the colonial life arena, he would have acted a plumb fool in that.
First of all,
I know. Well, first of all, Brian, I know your mama, and I don't think you would have got that far with your mama. Your mama might have turned out the colonial. Nigga, get your hand off me.
Probably so.
One more time.
Hey, you might be right in that. Yeah, he probably would just been the cleanup. He would have been the collateral damage.
Your daddy would have been, baby, get off him, please, baby, please get off him.
Yeah, baby, we can't even watch the show.
Get off him, baby.
It's over. The show is over.
Your daddy would have been like, stall him out. Stall him out,
Debo. Stall him out, Debo.
All I wanted to do was watch Caitlyn Bill. Now time we go out, I got to pull you off of somebody.
Every night I got to fight to prove my love.
Hey, look, that's why I don't take her nowhere. She had like Anthony Mason. Like Anthony Mason. Always fighting. Parks in they mad. Why they pay this good money for these seats? You better put out of here.
I ain't even get to see the headliner.
Come over here, just embarrassing.
Waiting for Charlie Wilson. I ain't even get to see Charlie.
And they know Charlie was gonna set the tone in that mug.
Oh, Charlie was about to go from the Gap Band to all Pretty Wings.
What?
But it's a tough life that black women have to live. I mean, it is a tough life, and I don't envy my sisters at all for some of their experiences and stuff that they have to deal with. Because like someone said earlier, do you protect your mental well-being or do you watch out for your husband's freedom? Which one do you have to place first? And that's a tough path for a black woman to choose. And she had to make that choice that she was going to protect her husband's freedom by not saying anything. And when you're dealing with the past trauma, of rape, and now you have to deal with someone in your space. So
it speaks volumes, though. It speaks volumes of a black woman, black women, because their first thing was not self. It wasn't self. It was let me protect
someone else before.
Let me protect him, and I'll deal with whatever I have to on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what she's thinking about. It could go way left. He could get arrested. the police can then all of a sudden
Start shooting.
they can start treating him any kind of way. He could end up dead. Like it just goes to catastrophizing it, right? And all of a sudden she's like,
whoa, stop. You said it goes to what?
Catastrophizing.
That's the SAT word for sure.
That's that Robbie Grice. You could tell she been in that Robbie Grice.
Hey,
come on, that's a
vocabulary. That's a script spelling bee word.
But I will say, that and it happens that quickly for, Black women and Black men, because we have to think about the negative before we could think about the positive.
Because like we say all the time, your goal is to make it home.
Make it home. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, totally. So I agree with you on that.
Stacey not gonna let this go slide, so you might as well address it right now.
She said big muscle-headed ass.
What did Stacey say? Peppy, pull that up for me, Peppy.
She said
still shocked Sylvester Williams' muscle-head ass said in victim blamed and then repeated my come tea in two parts. Like, first of all, how can I address?
Supposed to be comments.
First of all, how can I address someone who can't type properly? So let's start off with. You do have spell check on your computer, a spell check on your phone.
Said I ain't victim blaming, and then repeated my comment in two parts, like a new thought.
My bad. I don't speak ignorant Negro. Thank you for breaking that down for me.
Hold on. So you said I speak ignorant Negro. So
well, you a teacher. You a teacher. You used to dealing with kids. You used to dealing with kids who can't really spell all the way.
I cannot.
Am I used to speaking ignorant Negro or ignorant people, or speaking to ignorant people?
Both.
Both of them.
You used to deal.
She said autocorrect is her enemy, y'all. So y'all get off Stacey. Stacey posted that throwback of her in Columbia High playing ball. Stacey, I didn't know you shot no hoop, Stacey.
Stacey was on JV. They wasn't no baller.
Oh, my bad.
Everybody made JV.
So she was coached by the great James Bull
Kelly. Kyle, what you doing, Kyle? Play some defense, Kyle.
But you know what? Say what you like. Coach Kelly teams was undefeated. Them JV squads was undefeated.
We sure were.
For a couple of years in a row.
Yeah.
A couple of years. Oh, Cliff Chapman done joined. We see you out there, Vicky Rett. We see you out there.
Vicky, I'm coming by to get my hair done.
Vicky just had a graduate too. Her daughter just graduated, right?
Vicky's daughter just graduated? Okay.
I believe
she ain't post no pictures, did she?
Yeah, that's how I know.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Musclehead.
Musclehead.
Shout out to Vicky Rett if you want to get your hair done, get your naps taken care of. All you women want to get that stuff straightened on out. Vicky is a professional hairstylist.
Professional.
So shout out to her.
Too. I seen her take some of my classmates and make them look presentable.
She another one.
What she can do.
Specializing in making ugly people look good.
I'm trying to tell you, she does a good job.
Vicky kid ain't graduated. I just pulled up her page. Unless she ain't proud of her kid, she ain't posted. So now.
How else would I have known that musclehead? She did.
She must have posted it on another page. Then I just put up a Facebook page.
And she said, "Hey, thank you. Yes, she just graduated from ASU."
Which ASU? Albany State, Arizona State, Alabama State. Which ASU? Appalachian State. Which one? One of those. Well, congratulations to now, Vicky. You missed the start of the show. Now we got to ask you: did you take it when you took the graduation pictures, Vicky? Y'all? Oh, Arizona State. Wow, way out there.
Vicky Mary, I believe.
Okay, when you took the graduation pictures, was you and the baby daddy standing beside each other? Was y'all even in any pictures together? Well, if they married, so I guess they might have been in the picture
I
together.
said I think. Now I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I'm just saying.
You know, we gotta
Victoria,
know.
Inquirer minds want to know if.
Oh, she said no. Vicky said no. I'm single.
So Victoria, were you and your
no? She answered that one.
Never mind.
He wasn't there.
Look, Rip 28 being messy. Go on now.
we all being messy.
Let that girl be great.
So
congratulations, I guess, Vicky. Congratulations. You and your
Vicky,
daughter.
I suggest you go back to YouTube, check out the start of the show. Go on YouTube, check out the start of the show, so you could listen to our comments about graduation. Matter of fact, we are available. We are all over. If you want to check us out, Bron, where can they check us out, Bron?
Man, they can check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Podbean, Castbox. You can find us anywhere you can stream a podcast, man. There's no reason not to see the world's greatest and our rich friend.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. What was the question? I missed the beginning of the show. Well, watch the replay, man. Watch the replay.
See,
go and find you some victims to blame.
Go ahead, man. Stacey, we was talking about when you and your ex go to graduation. How do you take your pictures?
Oh, I already know the answer to Stacey question. Stacey, and Stacey, her and her ex ain't taking no pictures together.
None.
I knew that answer too.
I already knew that. There is no love lost between Stacey and her.
None they're looking for.
Telling you, boy. So, oh well, man. But yeah, I forgot where we was at.
It's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time. It is. It is about that time. It's about that time where we take a walk. You know, we take a walk down the 90s block. The 90s block. We like to bring something out of the 90s.
Hold on. Bloop, Stacey said they took pictures together.
Oh, wow.
Both of y'all, take it back.
I'll take it. I stand corrected. I'm surprised. I'm totally surprised.
I am surprised.
Sorry, Stacey. I was wrong. I was totally wrong, Stacey.
I was totally wrong.
I would have bet all my money y'all ain't taking no pictures together.
Look, hold on. This is the first time I ever heard Stacey said all love lost. But they came together for the kid. That's grown folk right there.
But look, he grown because he drove from North Dakota. God damn, son.
Damn, Stacey, you ran that man all the way to North Dakota? He went to North Dakota to get away, boy. Damn, Stacey, you a piece of work.
This is why she be going in on you, because you say foolishness like that. Let's go down the 90s block, please.
90s block, man. The 90s block. What we do when we go to the 90s block, man, we take a person, an event, we take something 90s, and then we talk about it, man. The 90s, the world's greatest decade. So what we're going to do, we are going to talk about Michael Eugene Archer, better known by his stage name, D'Angelo. Angie Stone, baby daddy. The one and only D'Angelo. What we want to do, Cobb, are we picking one album or are we picking
Brown Sugar? Brown Sugar.
Okay, we're going to go with
Brown Sugar.
Songs from Brown Sugar. We're going to pick what is your favorite song from Brown Sugar. As we pull up the track list, thanks to Wikipedia. Pepe pulling up the track list. There you go. Brown Sugar, one of the greatest albums of all time. Rolling Stone, they ranked it as number 183 on their 500 greatest albums of all time.
For me, it's actually got no skips.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm gonna go with number one, that Brown Sugar, boy. That Brown Sugar, babe. I guess I up alone. I don't know how to behave.
I'm going with Lady. That song is just so like God. He make you feel like you love. Dum 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 dum. God, lady, that was my jam.
I don't know, man. Leave it in the comments, man. People, leave it in the comments. What is your favorite song from Brown Sugar? What is your favorite song from Brown Sugar? For me, and we talked about this before the show. My favorite song on the album is Shit Damn Shit Damn Motherfucker. And here's the thing. To this day, I really have no idea what the lyrics to that song is. I have no idea what he was talking about. Only thing I just know the chorus. That's all I know is the chorus.
Man walked in on his woman and some dude getting it in, and then he shot him and got arrested.
Hey, Victoria agrees with you, Carl, and Frankie. They both said Lady was fire.
Lady was it, man.
And Stacy agreed with me. I'm glad to have Stacy on my side. Because Stacy is a musician herself. She can play how many instruments, Stacy?
She is, indeed.
I will give Stacy credit. Stacy is good with her mouth.
Wait a minute.
No, she plays a lot of different instruments. Get your mind out the gutter, please.
But it's the way it comes off and who it comes from.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
It's the messenger, not the message.
Not the message. Exactly.
My bad. Yeah,
I think an underrated song on that was Me and Those Dreaming Eyes. Like it's a smooth, and he goes, "Ooh, wee baby, you redefine my vision of love. It seems so good." That man is like just musical genius. Love it.
And if you don't know, Shawnee is our richest friend, and she's our residential music historian. She knows everything. Stacey says she plays 16 different instruments, most with her mouth. Most of them are. Come on, man. I know she plays.
You added that part. Most with her mouth.
Stacey, tell us, am I wrong, Stacey? Because I remember her talking about it before.
Exactly. See, she just said yes with her mouth.
Oh, okay.
She just said yes.
And the remake of Cruising was also a bop. Let's be clear. I think he did Smokey and the Miracles. I think he did him justice with that Cruising.
Yep. Song written by William Smokey Robinson. Yeah, man.
Hey, speaking of Smokey in a little trouble, but we'll talk about that later.
Smokey did something. I forgot what he was in the news for, but he was in the news for, I think, touching on a girl or something like that.
Grabbing somebody or groping.
Did he grab her by the pee?
I don't know. Allegedly.
You know, Smokey ain't about to take no pussy. Smokey too smooth to go and take the poo. Smokey too smooth.
Smokey got to now. Smokey ain't Smokey. He's smokeless.
She talking about smoking 4 charges, Robinson. Damn.
Yeah, that's him. See, I know I was right.
Yeah, good night.
Y'all remember Smokey Robinson did that drug song, that anti-drug song?
It was PSA. Yes, it was bad.
Boy, if you need a laugh,
tell Pepe to find that.
Smoking that dope, drinking that wine.
Tell Pepe to pull that up.
We can't. He can't play it, man. We can't play it because of copyright stuff.
I bet you Stacey got it.
I bet she does.
She the first one said it.
Stacey, don't encourage this foolishness, please.
Hey, look here, Smoke. If you need a laugh, go and listen to that Smokey Robinson drug song, anti-drug song. That will definitely get you a good. If you want to laugh. Oh well. Well, it's about that time, man. About that time for parting shots. LBZ, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Man, I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. Get ready to get your damn kids, because you got 1.5 days to get your summer plans in order. With that being said, if you need your kid trained for the summer, football, basketball, or baseball, give me a holler. I got you. But if they don't listen and they got silver teeth, don't leave them. Keep their ass with you. Goodbye.
S. Commas.
Yes, sir.
S. Commas. You got anything to say before we get out of here?
As always, love on your people. We're coming to the end of May, which is Water Safety Month. Make sure y'all are careful as you're out this summer in the lakes, in the pools, whatever. Keep an eye on children. Make sure conditions are safe before you swim. Also, tomorrow is Memorial Day. And I just like to say that Memorial Day honors those who died while serving.
Shout out to Soldier Slim.
You know, Memorial Day honors those who died while serving. Veterans Day is where we honor all the people who have served. It grinds my gears that y'all are wishing people who are alive happy Memorial. No, Memorial Day celebrates those who died while serving. And let's be clear, it started, well, you can trace its roots back to Charleston, South Carolina. Y'all do your own research on that. But the Black folk in Charleston are being credited with the first Memorial Day. So just make sure tomorrow that you're thinking about folks who gave all of themselves while serving our country. And love on your people.
Hey, shout out to Joni. I didn't know
Jones
was watching us.
Jones. Well, Jones, I'm sorry you have 7 more days, and Dwayne, you have 4 more. But I'm enjoying my little 1.5. Like I said, if you want to see me do cartwheels and backflips Wednesday morning, be at my school, and I'm gonna try it.
Please get this Negro doing cartwheels on video and send it in to the RIP28 podcast. Pepe would love to get that on
Pepe is. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get somebody to film it. I'm doing it.
Hey, I need everybody to hit that like button and hit the heart button right now. Everybody hit that heart button, hit that like button. We need to get those hearts and likes up, man. This is the RIP28 podcast, man. This is a podcast where a few friends get together and we talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we keep on talking about them on the RIP28 podcast. And I have some advice for the ladies, due to the situation that we had going on today. I have some advice for a different situation for the ladies. If you spent as much time taking care of your husband as you did looking for ways that he's cheating, he probably wouldn't be out there cheating. There you go. But that's for the white men, because black men don't cheat. We'll see you next week on the RIP28 podcast.
That was stupid.
Stupid. You ain't got to say stupid. Hey, also, we need some theme music. We need some original music. We can't play, in case y'all wondering, we can't play our music. So, Stacey, your music
song was original. What happened?
Well,
shut up, fool.
We had some copyright issues with that. So there you go. Get us some music. Get us a beat for our music. We'll holler. Be good, people.
Happy Memorial Day. Enjoy your day off.
Shout out to Soldier Slim.